Welcome to this week's edition of the Wheels and Deals Community Spotlight, brought to you by Wheels and Deals of Pomeroy and the Meg's Independent Press.
This is Carrie Rose, the Meg's Independent Press, and I'm here again this week for an episode of Wheels and Deals Community Spotlight. And this week I have with me Ben Nease from Bitanga's, and you've got all kinds of things going on.
A lot of things.
There's a lot of things that are happening. If you've been under a rock, maybe you don't know that the breakathon's coming up because it's been pretty much promoted. You do a really good job at that, but explain what exactly the breakathon is.
Okay, well, the Breakathon is an annual fundraiser we do every year. It's a contest or a competition with among our student body to see who can raise the most money for that year's charity. This is our 5th year. Last year, we hit a record of $62,000. We raised money for the Square One project. It was a domestic violence and homeless shelter project we did for the Tri-County area. This year we're trying to raise adequate funds to create an annual free heart screening clinic for the local youth. So anybody in the area who wants to get a heart screening, once we get the funds raised and set aside for an annual screening, anybody can come and get a free EKG. And that probably won't be until February, but right now we're just trying to raise the money to pay for that. So.
And that's something you're looking at ongoing?
Yeah, we'll do that. My goal is to do that every year. It doesn't mean the Breakathon will be the main bankroller of that annual heart screening, but I definitely want to do that every year. I think we need it. I think we're kind of behind the times in this area. You can go get a sports physical, but it does nothing to really look at your heart. You can use a 200-year-old medical device called a stethoscope to see how your heart's doing, or you can actually get an actual screening to see if there's some abnormality in the heart itself. So.
And we have had students that have sadly passed away because there was an issue that we didn't know about.
Statistically speaking, it's 1 in 300 in the United States in youth that have an undetected heart condition that can lead to a sudden cardiac arrest. That's 1 in 300. Based off everybody that I've known in my life or people I've been connected to that have had a child pass away due to a heart condition, I think in our area that's probably higher. I think it's probably higher than 1 in 300. But I graduated around 10 years ago, and I can think of 2 kids in my high school that have already passed away from a heart condition, and just little old Southern local. I mean, just 2 people have passed away. So heart screenings are affordable. We've partnered with a team in Florida. It's a nonprofit. It's called Who We Play For, and they have developed a really good system and technology where when we set the clinic up, they'll supply the equipment. We'll have medical volunteers that come in and run the equipment, and basically, if you register with this software, you come and you get your appointment. The EKG sends a signal to your registration account. Then that data will go back to Florida, where a cardiologist will review it. And if they see a problem, they will call the parent and let them know there's an issue. And this kind of can help get the ball rolling with more testing and more treatment that otherwise the kid would not have known he needed, or the parents wouldn't have known they needed without that screening. So I think this is going to save lives in the long run, and if we can just save one kid,
it's worth it.
It is. I know some people think that's a lot of work, but I don't. I think if we can save one kid, it's worth it. But we're going to try to do this every year so we can provide some assurance for parents that their kid's safe and playing, very physically demanding sports, like football or anything that involves getting the heart rate up. So.
And this will be for boys and girls.
Oh yeah.
And it will be, you'll have it, of course, notified on when the annual clinic is and everything. But so talk a little bit about the Breakathon for somebody that's maybe not familiar. Where are you going to be this year? When is it?
Yeah, that's a really good point to bring up. We're going to be at the Blakesley Center, which is the former junior high building in Middleport. The Meigs Council on Aging has been renovating that building for the last decade. They're finally there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful facility. We've coordinated with Laura Cleveland, who's their event coordinator. She's doing a great job in helping get people signed up for the craft show, because there'll be a craft show there as well. And yeah, so it's going to be November 6th. Doors open at 9. And we have a lot of different things we'll be doing this year. Like, we're going to do a $1,000 cash giveaway, so people can buy a raffle ticket and win $1,000 in cash. Then there'll be a cake auction like usual. That's always fun. And board breaking, of course. Lots of boards. Probably 900 boards will break. So
that's always really interesting to see, because you have even your youngest students that come
all
up
the way to
and
4.
do that. And it's always so much fun to just watch, because you see the success.
Yeah.
You see that little kid, the light in their eyes when they do that. It's just always, I don't know how many times you can see that, and it's still amazing each time.
Yeah, and I think they feel like they're somebody's hero too, because each year they break a board, they know they're doing it for something. It's not just for their benefit, it's for the improvement of the community. The Breakathon's slogan or motto is helping the community one board at a time, and the kids who are competing really feel that way. They really feel they're helping people through this fundraiser.
So about how many students do you have participate in this?
I checked before I left. I think we have 71 signed up. Last year we had 89, so we're not too far off, but we still have 2.5 weeks to go. We have a lot of people who sign up on the day, so to say how many competitors we'll have, who knows. So.
And there's typically a point where someone wants to come up and break a board. They get to do that?
We'll let the public, anybody who's not an enrolled member, they can pay $5, and that money goes to the breakathon. Then we bring them up and we teach them how to break a board. You won't get hurt as long as you do as you're told.
It's something that is always interesting to see. I mean, it is really an interesting event, because there's so much going on. You've got the boards breaking, you've got vendors, there's something going on constantly throughout the event itself.
Yeah. At the end too is kind of special. We'll bring the 3 winners up of the breakathon, and we drop about 700 balloons on them, and it really is a magical time for especially the kids who are competing in it. There's other things too. At the opening ceremony, we have all these custom boards that corporations and businesses and organizations have bought. They have their logo on it, so we'll hold it in front of the audience, and then we break it, and then we'll mend that board, and we'll give it back to the business so they can display it and let people know they supported the event. So
if someone wants to support this event,
you can. That's a lot easier this year, because we have the breakathon.com, and you can find a student, and you can make a donation through PayPal or with a credit card. You can stop by the karate school. We can buy a shirt, coffee mug, buy a board for a kid, buy a raffle ticket. And one thing we're really, really proud of with the Breakathon is we do not take an administrative cut from this. It is absolutely a full-time job. I mean, we rerun this fundraiser from January. Yeah, and there's a break. Yeah. Anyway, she's in the breakathon. Anyway, that's great. Everyone's in the breakathon. Anyway, but this is a full-time job. I mean, starting in January, we're putting in a lot of labor through each week to get it to where it is. But we do not take pay out of that. We don't. There's some huge fundraisers that take like 40-50% of what they revenue. We do not do that. So if somebody donates $10 or $1,000, all that money will go to what charity we have established for that year. So. And
this is really a charity that this is a fund you're establishing to keep on to continue to do this, so that this is not a one and done.
No. What we plan to do, if we can raise enough money, is we'll take a little bit out for the first clinic in February. Then the rest will go in a money market where it can earn money, so it doesn't deplete early. And then if we need to, we'll do another fundraiser and replenish the funds if we need to. But as of now, we've raised enough money. I forgot. Maybe we've raised $16,000 so far. And talking with the liaisons for the heart screening group in Florida, I think that's good enough to screen like 700 kids.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've already got enough money for that. So we just need to keep on pushing. So
keep on going, and that's something that is always quite amazing. It's just an amazing event. But since you've been doing this, how much have you raised for charity?
Not counting what we've done this year, about $127,000 since 2016. So,
wow.
Yeah, and all that has gone straight to the charity. We've not taken a piece out of it, or there's been no sticky fingers in it, which we're proud of. That's one reason why we started this fundraiser, is because I've seen a lot of so-called charities or organizations that are really only doing it so they can get an administrative cut of it, and that really made me sick. And I said, we could do something better, and that's what we built. So that's what we're using. So
tell us again, if someone is interested, how can they find information?
You can stop by the karate school in Middleport. We're there from 2 to 9, Monday through Friday. Saturday 9 to 1. You can call us 740-992-5715. Message us on Facebook. I live at the karate school. You're not going to miss me. I live there.
I know what that feels like.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're not going to miss me. So.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you wanted to add?
No. I think we covered it all. For everyone who has supported the event so far, thank you so much. And it's never too late to give. You can go on the website, thebreakathon.com, and you can find a student you want to contribute towards, and whatever you give them, that can help them win the next prize or the actual championship title this year. So.
And it's just an amazing event. If you have the opportunity to stop by and see what's going on, amazing youth. You have really amazing students.
Yeah, I'm proud of them.
They're real good kids. You have adults too. So
oh yeah.
It's always fun to see too. So there's all kinds of things going to be happening November 6th. Make sure that you support. This is an absolutely fantastic cause. I don't know of anything that you could say that would, this directly could save a life.
Yeah.
So it's an amazing cause. And make sure you check that out. And this is Carrie Rose, Meigs Independent Press. This is Wheels and Deals Community Spotlight. We appreciate their support and being able to provide you this kind of information. And I believe we'll be back again next week. We're going to talk about other projects that you have going on. So that should be very interesting to discuss too. So we'll be back next week.
This week's Community Spotlight is brought to you by Wheels and Deals of Pomeroy and the Meigs Independent Press.